What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today, I'd like to talk about this album right here, Apathy's latest album and long-awaited album called Connecticut Casual. Alright, if you're a fan of my channel, y'all already should know who Apathy is. If you want to know about his history and so forth, go check out some of my previous videos about him or his super group, the group he's affiliated with, Army of the Pharaohs or the Demigods. I will say this, he's a dope Connecticut MC. He showed me love before, so shout out to Apathy, shout out to Army of the Pharaohs and the Demigods. And we're back up in this bitch with his latest album. I was waiting for this shit to drop. Shit is fucking amazing. I'm just gonna jump right into it. Alright, y'all know how I do things by now. Let's talk about the producers on this bitch. You have the Beat Miners, Teddy Rockspin, the Doppelgangers, shout out to the Doppelgangers as well, and Smoke the World, and Apathy himself. Apathy producing most of the tracks on this bitch. The production I'm gonna speak on when I get to the pros of the album, okay? Features on this album, let's get into that. We got Chris Webby, Kappa Gamma, Annoyed or Anoid. Fucking dope ass rap name, by the way. I love that because I'm always annoyed at shit. And you have Hayes. And you got Kappa Gamma, who are featured on here. Like I just mentioned them, but they're featured on here about 4 times. And 12 tracks on this bitch. Kappa Gamma is teamed up with Hayes on track 9, Money Makes the World Go Round. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about half the album, Apathy's alone on there. But these features, they do their thing on there. They definitely add to the album. It's not a detriment that they're on here. So that's a good thing. Let me jump right into the pros of this shit. I mentioned the producers, right? Production on this shit. I want to shout out my man Vlad Kamrev. Am I saying your name right? Let me just call you Vlad K. My man hit me up on Facebook the other day and he was asking me if I copped the album yet, and I told him, yeah, I bought it on undergroundhiphop.com and I was waiting for it in the mail. And he already had his copy, so he was telling me, he was like, yo, dude, this shit is hot as fuck, but it's not like any other Apathy album. It has a totally different feel and sound. And, you know, y'all know how I'm very leery about shit when artists do that shit, when they switch up what makes them them. And he was telling me, yo, you need to go on YouTube right now and go tease yourself, go cheat yourself. Enjoy. And I was like, nah, you know, in my head I was like, I couldn't do it. Y'all know I love my physical copies of shit. Unless digital's the only way I could get it, I'm always gonna cop the physical shit. So I sat, I disciplined myself, and I fucking waited. So it came, I listened to the shit, and I gotta say, Vlad, you were right, you were correct. This album definitely has a different feel from any other album in Apathy's catalog. And by that, I'm not saying it in a bad way. This album, I want to let this album be an example for all you rappers or artists out there that want to switch things up and take that risk. I'm not a big fan of it, except you know, if it comes off right, then I'll shut the fuck up. Like in this case, why this one differs in sound wise is because if you listen to other Apathy shit, a lot of his shit has that boom bap-ish feel, you know, that 80s to 90s shit. It's very reminiscent of that. This, the samples and the beats are very, most of them are very light. Drums aren't that super hard hitting, but it just comes off right. You know, for example, the Beat Miners do the first track, Connecticut Casual, the title track, and they sample fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers. I forgot the name of the fucking song, and it's killing me because it's at the tip of my tongue. I don't wanna ever feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. You know, I have the album. I know the name of the fucking song. It was a big hit, but the name fucking eludes me. Track 6, Martha Moxley, rest in peace. Dope fucking track. Apathy samples George Michael. And again, I used to love this song. I mean, I still do love this song. And it's one of those 80s songs that, you know, I love 80s music. I don't give a fuck whether it's pop, rock, whatever. I love a lot of 80s shit. And I forget the name of that George Michael song. Y'all know the song, the one that has the sax shit. He samples that, the one that goes na 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 na. That song. He samples that, and Apathy, I'm kind of pissed at you for taking that because I'm getting my production shit ready, and I actually wanted to use that one for myself, but I'm kind of pissed that you did it, but I'm also happy that you flipped it. That's fucking ill. Track 10, Underground Chick, dope fucking track. Apathy samples Smashing Pumpkins' Zero. Dope fucking track by the Smashing Pumpkins, and he manages to sample Billy Corgan and the rest of the dudes on there, and just listen to the track. But a lot of the shit on here, as far as beat wise, isn't super hard like you're used to hearing from Apathy. So it really surprised me how ill the shit came off. Lyrical content on this shit. Apathy is no stranger to writing dope ass tracks that have ill lyrical content. So I mean, it goes without saying that it's on here. For example, his two singles, The Curse of the Kennedys and The Grand Leveler. Curse of the Kennedys, like the title implies, he's talking about how the Kennedys had all this power, yet they were still cursed. They got assassinated, and you know how the I forget who was the one that had the girl drown, and he never saw a trial and shit like that. Fucking ill. Like, that topic in itself is just fucking insane, and him sampling Jay-Z on there, fucking amazing. Grand Leveler, I'm not too sure about the content on there, so I don't want to go too deep into it. From what I was reading on the comments, he's talking about people are speculating that he's talking about a lot of Masonic imagery and shit that the Masons do, shit within the Mason culture. So Apathy, if you're watching this, I know you're gonna watch it. Just please let me and others know what's going on in that video. Dope lyrics, dope fucking video. I'll leave the links for those two videos down there in case you haven't seen them. Money Makes the World Go Round, like the track implies. Same thing with Underground Chick. One of my favorite tracks on here, Don't Give Up the Ship. Dope fucking track, dope concept. He's talking about seeing shit through the eyes of a pirate, seeing the world through the eyes of a pirate, and his experiences, I guess, you know, for, you know, I that's the only way I could put it, but that's fucking ill. Like, who the fuck would ever think that hip-hop and pirates would somehow coexist? But he makes it work. The Grass Ain't Greener, dope fucking track. I love his double timing on there. Love the beat. Once again, it's very unlikely for those two to mix, but he makes it work. Track 11, Beefing Over Bitches, dope storytelling track. Like the title implies, he's talking about the consequences when you beef over bitches. People end up dead, people end up in fucking jail. You watch my channel, you know I talk about that shit once in a while, so that's it. I'm very happy with this fucking purchase. My rating of this album, it's an easy 9, maybe at best 9.5. Fucking ill. Apathy never fucking disappoints. Cons, there's really not too much I could say as far as cons. Maybe lengthwise, maybe features could have been brought down, but like I said, I like the features on here, so I'm not gonna harp too much on it. Time wise, I think it was kind of packaged just right, but yeah, that's my rating of it. Pick it up, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate, most of all subscribe, support dope shit. Shout out AOTP, shout out Apathy, shout out my nigga Self-Titled. Looking forward to your shit. And looking forward to AOTP's second album this year, which is coming out later this year, so look out for that. And shout out to Vlad K. Alright, that's it. Peace, bitches.